Good evening! Welcome back to another episode of Paranormasight. I believe this is the 6th time we're already playing this game. And I'm going to load game before the music gets really loud here in the main menu. Today we are picking up after finishing a bunch of Sato's POV. Not totally done. We do have a recollection with Yumeko again. So, where we are now is we've finally caught up almost everybody to the tragedy that happens at the very beginning of the game with the massacre, which we now believe is from the Heike curse. Now, this Yumeko recollection, I think, is going to explain the Heike curse more to us. And then afterwards, we'll probably move on with Sato again, and I think this comes after the tragedy thing happens, so we'll finally see story moving forward. Very exciting. So first, let's start off with this. Kamishima investigation from Yumeko Shiki. Yumeko and her partner learn about the threat of the curse of the raging waves encroaching upon Kamishima and head over to warn the island. Unfortunately, they were not believed. August 6th morning. Oh, right off the bat, they're right in front of them. The Wakamura residence is just up the slope after you head through that alley. It's a bit of a maze though. Want me to show you? Ah, so it was that way. Thank you. We should be fine by ourselves, I think. Oh, why is Sato red? Got it. Take care then. Ma'am? Is something the matter? No, it's nothing. I'll tell you later. I guess she can sense that Sato's not exactly human. Is that why she's red? God, I just remembered there is a mockingbird in Chuo Street that I didn't get yet. I didn't have free will to move the camera there, though. No, so let me get this straight. Here with the police. And you expect me to warn everyone on the island that a huge storm is on its way and get them ready to face it? That's it in a nutshell. So glad you understand. Huh, this is about the curse of the raging waves. Way ahead of you there. Been warning them for ages. Well now, you know about the curse? Can it be that a certain sorcerer acquaintance of yours told you about it? That's right, unlike you phony psychics who crawl out of the woodwork every other week, my instructor is the real deal. In that case, can I expect that this instructor also knows how the curse can be lifted? No, hasn't gotten that far yet. But it's not for lack of trying. Why? You saying you know a way to break it? Unfortunately, no. We have yet to determine the exact method for bringing it to an end. We're not without means to do so, but first, we require a map concealed in a mummified mermaid. Might you know of it? A mummified mermaid? What are you going on about? Is this some kind of ruse? I knew there was something fishy about you. What are you really after? Go on, out with it. I assure you, we only wish to lift the curse plaguing Kamishima. Would you be prepared to assist us in our efforts? Bah, a likely story. Trying to pull one over on old Wakamura, are we? Better and you've tried. Well, how's this? I'm not telling you another word. We're done here, understand? I don't have time to listen to this hogwash anyhow. I've got business to attend to on the mainland, so off with you. Leave me in peace. If only you knew they're telling the truth, Wakamura. Well, it's okay. Avi got it, but it's a matter of getting Avi to work alongside Yumeko and stuff. I mean, the last time we ran into Avi and Cersei with Yumeko is when they fought, so that's not a good thing. Well, that is a shame, but I suppose there's nothing we can do. In any case, please contact us if you learn anything that might be of use. I don't think Cersei would be so willing to help us after that fight with Sodo. Not very cooperative, is he? I don't see why he's so suspicious. He had his hackles up from the first. Perhaps he's so accustomed to dealing with rough customers that he can't believe anyone would be sincere. However, he does seem to be interested in breaking the curse of the raging waves as we are. True, this sorcerer of his must have some psychic ability if they were able to perceive the curse. I wish I'd thought to ask their name. Oh, I have an idea of who it might be. It's a small world, this industry. Oh, really? Mr. Yamashino called them a big shot who's appeared on television. I recognized their mark on the implements in Mr. Wakamura's room. So it must be Suigen Gamyodo. Gamyodo? Never heard of him. No, they used to make frequent appearances on occult programs, though they always hid their face on camera. This is a dude in one, isn't he? Wasn't he like a fraud or something? No, my recollection is kind of vague, but I think he was. Sorry, it's not ringing any bells. I am not surprised, Yumiko. Hi, Jordan! Welcome in. Glad you could make. Hope you're having a nice day or night. How are you? Well, lately, they seem to be raking in a fortune as a corporate consultant for hire. Their powers have a reputation for being accurate and potent, and their popularity has grown to the point where they can essentially name their price. Okay, I'm misremembering him from one, but I've heard his name before. It's been a while? Yeah, it's been a while. How you been doing? If they're that good, then maybe we should let them take care of the Curse of the Raging Waves for us. Perhaps I should mention Gamyodo's popularity has reached such heights only very recently. Up until last year, they had a very poor reputation among others in the industry. In fact, as I recall, on the list of notable psychics kept by the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, they were given the lowest rank. In other words, they were put on the same level as sham mediums riding the wave of the occult boom. Oh my god, I was remembering right then! Okay, I was fine. Work, aww. I'm sorry to hear that. I get that. I get that feeling. I hope you're having a nice time off now, at least. Or soon. And hope you've had lovely weekends. I'd forgotten about that list. While their sudden rise to fame and fortune after changing up their business at the end of last year is certainly suspicious, I am more concerned about the possibility that they are using a harmful curse to suit the needs of the highest bidder. Regardless, I'm not sure I would trust them to handle this affair on their own. You never know. Maybe they just had a change of heart and started training seriously. Even so, I highly doubt that they would have time in their busy schedule to venture out here and solve this case in our stead. I completed all the character profiles. It was the last one. Suigen Gamyodo. Oh, it's not a lot of people. Oh, there's new written on Sato and Tsukasa. I guess from sharing their secrets previously. A mysterious sorcerer, although said to possess exceptional supernatural abilities, they have revealed nothing of their true identity. Both their age and gender are unknown. Suigen Gamyodo was previously most known for their prominent media presence with numerous appearances on TV and magazines, wearing an unusual outfit that covered their face. They would demonstrate a variety of psychic abilities, including exorcism of possessed individuals, assessment of submitted ghost photographs, identification of guiding spirits, and the conduction of telepathic readings at haunted locations. Their unique sense of presence and high rate of accuracy garnered them a sizable following, particularly among occult enthusiasts, and they were known to accept consultations from the general public as well as media outlets. However, the end of the previous year saw this once public figure suddenly withdraw from the spotlight. They now mainly operate behind closed doors, signing consulting agreements with particular companies to provide a variety of services, including management advice from a metaphysical perspective, divination of auspicious and harmful events, proposals to improve their clients' luck, and the detection and elimination of paranormal disturbances. It is rumored that they will even cast curses on key personnel at rival companies or conversely exercise curses from targeted victims for the right price. The undeniable potency of their spiritual abilities has earned them immense trust from both the executives of their contracted companies and other wealthy individuals, as their behind-the-scenes reputation continues to grow. This has resulted in the sharp rise of their consulting fees, placing their services far beyond what any average individual can reasonably hope to afford. One of the companies they have a contract with belongs to Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Among psychics, opinion on them is divided. Many have noted that their spiritual ability during the time they were openly active in media was too weak to allow the performance of advanced techniques of any sort, to the extent that they were considered little better than a fraud, leading to suspicions of what prompted their sudden change in course. Hi Shira, where are you? Hi Shira, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a nice night. Thank you for dropping by. It is now impossible to find footage or articles from their past media appearances. The names of the companies with which they have consulting contracts with are entirely undisclosed, obfuscating their identity, purpose, and the true extent of their power. I assume Sato's is about her having eaten mermaid flesh, right? Ah yeah, here, on top. Immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid. And then Tsukasa's would have probably updated down here. Yeah, here. It's about her parents. She's tracked down her father, the wealthy man. Yeah, it's here. I like the OST. Yeah, Paranormasight doesn't miss. Oh, it's Sato again. Oh, you're the girl who showed us the way earlier. Good thing I caught you. Mind if we have a word? Actually, I'd rather not. I'm afraid you don't really have a choice, because I already know that you're an 800-year immortal. Oh, what are you talking about? I don't even bother. That shock look has already given you away. Besides, you have nothing to fear. Your secret's safe with me. Come on, let's take this somewhere more private. Please tell me about the curse of the Heike. Please, 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 please. Southern coast. Okay. Why is it always the southern coast? Like, this is where we get all of our lore drops? What the heck? So, in short, when you came to, you'd been washed up on the shore of the bay. Wakamura took you in. And that's as far back as your memories go. Before that, you don't even remember anything, not even why you became an immortal? No, except I'm pretty sure I was forced to eat the mermaid flesh by someone. But you don't know when or why? No. So you've only recently woken up and you have no idea where you were or what you were doing before that? Pretty much. I get the feeling I was kind of in deep sleep at the bottom of the sea for a few hundred years. There's literally nobody with them. Well, it was the middle of the town, so people could still pass by. This is literally the edge of the island that people don't really go to, so worked, I guess. But I've got no clue why, or how, or what led up to it. Interesting. Well, how about we go over the facts one by one just to make sure we're on the same page? Okay. And I can look around for mockingbirds. I mean, I've always looked around for mockingbirds in this place, in the southern coast, because we're always here. But I don't know. I don't think there is any here. The southwestern coast of the island, we've got it all to ourselves right now. Okay. Wait, I can use my vision ability. That's what gave her away. Yeah, no mockingbirds here. Alright. Soto has been researching ways in which spirit sense affects the human brain. So I'm sure he must be curious on the effects longevity has on the minds and psyches of 800-year immortals. It appears she has a lot of gaps in her memory. Having never encountered an 800-year immortal before, I must confess I am bursting with questions. How does such a lifespan impact the structure of their brains and memories? It would be fascinating to find out. If we can. She doesn't have memories, bro. Or she's lying, because, I mean, she does remember it slowly, right? But I don't know if she's already told Tsukasa by this point. Is this the one with the psycho call with that girl? Yeah, it is. It's the same game. But this is happening before that psycho call. This girl, she calls herself Sato Shiranami. I wonder if she made that name up. Either way, I doubt we'll find her in the civil registry. Though that shouldn't affect her life too much while she's living on Kamishima. It's like a kind of a flashback in a way, in the POV of these other two characters. Talk about her. Now, am I right in thinking that you didn't eat a mermaid flesh and go straight to sleep? You were up and about for a few years in between, at least? I think so. What interests me is the fact that you were already familiar with the term 800-year immortal. It's not a widely known concept. You must have been in a unique position to acquire knowledge of it before you went to sleep. Yeah, I have a vague memory of being told that's what we're called. But I don't know when that happened, or where, let alone who it was. Maybe you'll remember more in detail if we touch on some other topics. Guess we'll just have to go by process of elimination and work our way down that list so we get a hit. Oh, maybe she starts remembering because of them. Reason for visiting. Come Come to think about it, I think it's time we introduce ourselves. I'll admit, we don't exactly look the part, but the truth is... You're with the police? Wow, I would have never guessed there was a paranormal affairs department. Honestly, I thought all psychics in this age were frauds. At least, that's the impression I got from watching TV. To be fair, a majority of them are, but for the record, our department is officially approved by the government. Really? Uh-huh. For her age, it must be a pain to do administration. That's okay, she's off the record. What's happening in the present when we get these flashbacks? Nothing, because technically I have to enter the story in the present, or like I have to be in the story node for anything to be happening. Yeah. Back in my time, psychics were treated as onmyoji and even held official positions in the Bureau of Onmyo, a public institution. Oh, you seem to know a lot about that. Were you involved somehow? Oh. I explained all of that without even thinking. It just came naturally to me. Honestly, I'm as surprised as you are. Guess that means I must have had something to do with the Bureau of Onmyo. Seems your memories aren't lost after all. We just have to find a way to trigger them. Bureau of Onmyo, one of the government offices under the Ritsuryo system. Existing from the Asuka period through the early Meiji era, based on the practice of Onmyodo, it has generally oversaw such matters such as astronomical observation, the creation of calendars, and the management of time systems, and the divination of auspicious or harmful events. However, it is also said that it occasionally invoked powers beyond human understanding to handle the banishment and cleansing of disasters and impurities. The onmyoji affiliated with the Bureau were not merely diviners, but they were also bureaucrats, albeit ones possessing advanced training in mathematics and knowledge of astronomy. In some eras, their influence was great enough to sway even the very course of the nation, and their presence in the imperial court was highly valued. As spiritual practitioners in the service of the state were also formally inducted as onmyoji, operating under the banner of the Bureau. The current treatment of the spiritual phenomena as non-existent largely stems from the abolishment of the Bureau of the Onmyo during the Meiji Restoration. In line with Japan taking on the principles of science and technology as a new framework for the nation, over time, state involvement in spiritual matters gradually came to be seen as taboo. However, psychics continued their work to maintain public order behind the scenes, passing this torch down through successive generations until the establishment of the new Police Act in the latter half of the Showa period, whereupon their work officially came to form the foundation of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Is this a multi-ending story or one side? I think that there should be multiple, because that's the whole idea of the story chart with the flow chart and everything, but I don't know how many. If it's anything like the first game, there's definitely gonna be at least a normal and a true ending. I think the first game had a bunch of like quote-unquote bad endings where you die. I'm not sure if that happens here. Possibly. I'm not sure because I haven't really encountered any yet. So anyway, what are a couple of paranormal affairs officials doing on Kamishima? Working on a case, of course. What else? Our job is to resolve incidents caused by curses and paranormal phenomena, and whatever possible, prevent them from occurring. It's up to us to solve the greatest mysteries and do whatever it takes to keep the peace, which is usually a lot. Wait, does that mean something's happened here? You don't know, huh? Know what? Sounds like we'd better fill you in first. We're working several cases right now, but I'd say only 2 of them are a priority. 2. Mind you, we've known about the first one for quite some time. The Curse of the Raging Waves. We've come to lift it before it unleashes a huge storm on the southern sea of Kamishima. The Curse of the Raging Waves? That's right. Ever heard of it? No, never. That's to be expected. I imagine the islanders aren't too fond of discussing the disaster. Anyhow, this situation is ongoing. For the other priority case... Right, you mentioned there were 2? We actually only learned about this one after we arrived on the island stay, but... Protocol dictates we have to deal with any 800-year immortals we find. What do you mean, deal with? It's not all that difficult to understand. To begin with, 800-year immortals shouldn't exist in this world. And if their existence were to become public knowledge, it would lead to an outbreak of trouble of every kind. Heck, some people are already looking to gain immortality for themselves at any cost. What? For the sake of maintaining public order, it's vital that the world remains convinced immortality is just a myth. However... Stop her, Soto. Wait, what is Soto's curse again? Oh my god, it's been a while. What does his curse exactly do? Cause use curse if she fucking dies. I'm gonna regret that. Well, it's easy. We could reload. What does his curse do again? Halt! Okay, it just stops her. Okay, we're good. Can't you just let me go? Calm down, will you? I hadn't finished. At least here you can save any moment. True. What I was going to say was, I've got no intention of doing anything with you, so don't worry. Wait, really? A surprise? But you should know better than anyone why that would be. You might be an 800-year immortal, but your time's nearly up. Oh, she's already been around for almost 800 years. Okay. Ah. These eyes never lie. Sato Shiranami, for the first time in centuries, you're standing on death's door. In a matter of a few days, you will be gone from this world. Am I right? Oh my god, that's closer than I thought. I thought she'd at least have a few years. A few days? Holy shit. Yes, it's exactly as you say. I think I've only got 2 days left now. Just 2 more, huh? So you knew this was coming, but you chose to make a life for yourself on the island even so? Yeah. I've known all along, from the moment I woke up. Well, now you know why I'm prepared to turn a blind eye. In just 48 hours, give or take, you'll fade away and that will be that. Well, that's pretty sad. Of course, you would have to swear to keep your identity a secret to the last. But provided you can keep your word, you're free to go. I can, and I will. Thank you. Okay, no, that did not pan out, but okay. Don't thank me yet. There's another matter I'll be needing your help with, if I'm to leave you be. Another matter? Can I say a reason for visiting again? Ah, but first, before I forget. Yes? Keep our meeting today a secret, and don't let anyone know you know about the curse of the raging waves. Okay. People will get suspicious otherwise. Even if Wakamura tells you about it, be sure to act surprised. I figure that shouldn't be too difficult for you. You're an experienced secret keeper after all. I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. Great, thank you, Sato. 800-year mortals. By the way, I was wondering, how did you know I was an 800-year immortal? Know that these eyes of mine can have what you might call a special ability. A special ability? If I look hard enough at someone, I can tell whether they're an ordinary human or an immortal. It's just like you have a different colored aura about you. Really? Not only that, but it turns out with a bit of focus, even immortals can tell each other apart. Is that so? Oh, I meant, you look the same age as anyone else to me. Ha! I'm not an immortal myself, you know. Really? I thought you must be, since you know so much about all of this. If we had multiple immortals walking around in the main cast, that'd be kind of crazy. Oh. They just said the same thing again. But I guess I have to unlock more of that. Can I go to the Sato part again? Oh wait, there. Actually, talking about the Bureau of Omyo brought back another memory. I'm pretty sure it was an Omyoji who put me to sleep, using some kind of spell to keep me in a state between life and death. Really? So, someone intentionally put you to sleep under the sea. There must have been a good reason for it. She was the seal! From what point on are your memories clearest, would you say? Well... I guess about 3 months ago, when the spell keeping me in that state under the sea wore off. From when you woke up then. I see. I know that look. Did you notice something? Not exactly. It simply occurred to me if her state of, shall we say, suspended animation was lifted while she was in the sea depths, would she not have drowned and resurrected several times over? Oh, yeah, I did. It was hell. Yikes. I woke up under the sea, unable to breathe, drowned, and came back over and over again. Oof. That's very bad. It was horrible, and I still remember it. Every last second. Jeez, I'm sorry you had to go through that. The instant I came back, I'd swim as hard as I could trying to reach the surface. But even so, it took me about 3 days to reach shore. I lost count of how many times I died down there. Then finally, I came into Kamishima Bay. Mr. Wakamura found me and took me in. And I've been living here peacefully ever since. No one has ever suspected that I'm an immortal. You sure about that? No one else knows? Huh? Yeah, I mean, I think so. Anyhow, I guess that settles the issue of how far back your memories go. Are you sure? If your lifespan is nearly at an end, that must mean you consumed the flesh of a mermaid exactly 800 years ago. Of course, you already knew that, didn't you? Not that you've been forthcoming about it. Sorry, I... Don't apologize. It just proves that you know how to hold your tongue. A valuable skill when you've got a secret to keep. Mind you, this does put matters into a new light. Say, Soto, what events took place 800 years ago? Let's see, 8 centuries ago from the present day. Towered places midway through the... I don't actually know how to read a year that far back. The 1180s? I guess 1180s when the Heian period was coming to an end. Right around when the Genpei War took place. Of course! The Heike! Exactly. Don't you think there might be a connection? The Heike! Bring it up, please! I need to know! By the way, you wouldn't happen to be concealing anything else, would you? Huh? No, I... Fine. I'll try not to pry, just so long as you answer my questions. 800-year immortals. Oh, wait, they're still on the same thing, so I gotta talk about everything else first. Curse of the Raging Waves. Right now, we're looking for a way to lift the Curse of the Raging Waves. But that's Soto's area of expertise, so I'll leave the explanation to him. Right, so this concerns a legend passed down in my family, the Kiryu clan, over generations. Oh, I should mention this is something I pieced together from various sources, so it might not be entirely accurate. Right. Long ago, south of Kamishima, there was an island called Taishima. It is said, 400 years ago, it was beset by an earthquake and a tsunami in an event so catastrophic that the entire island sunk to the sea floor. Taishima. I've heard this story before. However, the truth of the matter is that it was invaded and laid waste to. Then, in the aftermath, the islanders' intense hatred coalesced into the Curse of the Raging Waves, which manifested as a tremendous storm. I see. 400 years ago, so this would have been toward the end of the Sengoku period, correct? Yes, ma'am. The Honnoji incident in which Oda Nobunaga ended his life took place in 1582, if you recall. Following this event, one of my ancestors, an accomplished onmyoji by the name Harukage Tsuchimikado, sacrificed a young woman, one of the survivors of Taishima, in order to seal away the source of the Curse of the Raging Waves. That was you, Sato! any Onmyoji. Harukage Tsuchimikado. Wouldn't that make your ancestor a direct descendant of Abe no Seimei? Sounds to me like you share a bloodline with Onmyoji elite. Yes and no. While Harukage's powers were potent, he was never affiliated with the Bureau of Onmyo. In fact, he shunned his illustrious surname early on and left the government service preferring to uphold peace as a civilian. Nah, so he was an eccentric and an elite. Gotcha. Why they say every case they have to a stranger that can turn that to their advantage? No. I kind of get why they're telling Sato, because Sato's gonna die in 2 days anyway. And Sato is one of their biggest leads thus far. They don't have any leads compared to her otherwise. Harukage's seal was not permanent, however. It would only endure for 4 centuries. Wait, you mean... Yeah, this was the last year of peace. Actually, the seal's already been broken. Isn't that really bad? For now, the curse seems to be inert, but the storm could strike at any moment. Okay, so you need to find a way to seal the curse again, is it? Not seal it, break it. We're here to put an end to this curse for good. It shouldn't be too difficult. It's bound to have weakened after 400 years. Indeed. That seems to have been Harukage's plan, for legend tells that he left behind instructions detailing how the curse could be lifted after another 400 years had elapsed. However, the map that would have led us to these instructions has been lost. Oh no. That's okay, Avi and Cersei have it, but you're not exactly on good terms right now. It seems they were once concealed inside a model of a mummified mermaid. Yet over time, this fact was forgotten, and at some point through my family's history, the object in question was sold to a foreign buyer. But if you don't have the map, what are you gonna do? Well, we were hoping to find some clue as to the map's whereabouts here on Kamishima. But we've had no luck so far, and I reckon we've hit a dead end. I see. Curse of the Raging Waves. Now, there's something I'd like you to try and remember for me. Hi, Slater! Welcome in! Hope you're doing great today. Happy evening. I was gonna say happy weekend for some reason, because my brain autopiloted to think that it was Friday. Then I realized it was Tuesday. Oops. But... humor me. Doesn't the story of the Curse of the Raging Waves ring any bells? Why should it? The girl who was sacrificed in order to seal away the Curse of the Raging Waves 4 centuries ago. That might not have been you. Might that not have been you, Sato Shiranami? What? You said yourself that it was an Onmyoji who put you to a state of deep slumber on the seafloor. Does it not seem highly probable that you were the sacrifice who has held back the curse for the past 400 years? Oh man, yes. You're right, that was me. I knew it. Alright, now they're getting somewhere. Sorry, I can't. No more. I can't do this anymore. Weekend, what's that? No! Doing good. The same goes for you. Me too. Thank you for asking. What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourself. She's crying. Is it that painful to remember? We didn't come here to ask you to sacrifice yourself again, if that's what you're worried about. All those years under the sea can't have been easy on her, you know? She wasn't really asleep. Her brain would have still been Ooh, that's tough. That's awful, actually. 400 years under the sea, and your brain is active because you're not actually... And then when you wake up, like quote-unquote wake up, you're in a state of like drowning and making it to this... drowning and dying and resurrecting over and over again for 3 whole days. That's terrible. That's a shit deal. Thank you for the follow, Needy. Welcome to the stream. Moreover, there's a limit to how many memories the human brain can hold. I would estimate the maximum capacity to be 100 years worth. Are you saying she remembers being in that state under the sea? In a sense, I presume her memory is filled with the stretches of utter darkness and her view of the sea depths. Any memories from before that time have likely been pushed into her subconscious. Then maybe they're not gone for good. There's a chance she'll remember more. We just need to find the right trigger. Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out on you like that. It just took me a sec to get over the shock. Well, seems my theory about you being the sacrifice was right on the money. But it doesn't look like you'll be able to tell us too much about the past after all. Guess not. I wish I could have been more help. Curse of the Raging Waves. But, does that mean the seal broke because I woke up? We cannot be certain of that. Perhaps it's the other way around. The seal may have broken of its own accord, releasing you from your slumber. That's the way. That's correct. It's not your fault, Sato. Either way, it's not your fault. Don't go blaming yourself for any of this. Still, if I hadn't... Listen. Your sacrifice kept the curse at bay for 4 whole centuries. That's half of your extended lifespan. No one could ask any more of you than that. The rest is up to Soto, isn't that right? Yes, but I'm counting on your help as well, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So any chance you remembered something about the Curse of the Raging Waves? Did that Onmyoji Harukage Tsuchimikado happen to tell you how it could be lifted? I'm sorry, all that's come back to me is the fact that I was sacrificed. I don't remember the Onmyoji at all, what kind of person he was, or anything. The most I can remember is that I think he said something about the curse being lifted after 400 years. That's all, huh? Well, be sure to let us know if you remember anything that could help us break the curse. I will. Guess that one's done? Yep. Okay, Heike before we go back to 800 year, I guess. Next question. You wouldn't happen to know much about the Heike, would you? The Heike? Why would you ask? This actually pertains to one of the other cases we're working on, but we've got reason to believe that someone out there is using the Curse of Heike to commit murder. The Curse of Heike? Yes, this is the one I really wanted to know about. Did you hear about those skeletal remains that turned up near here? It was all over the news. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Well, we suspect the Curse of the Heike may be involved. And seeing as you were alive 800 years ago, I was hoping you might know something about the Heike that could help us. If we're right in thinking you had ties to the Bureau of the Onmyo, the timing matches up perfectly. I might have known once, but nothing's coming to me at the moment. Really? Shoot. On that note, I too have noticed a potential correlation. There is a legend that tells how Taira no Tadamori was presented with the flesh of a mermaid at Betsuho. Perhaps that was the flesh Sato consumed to gain her immortality. Actually, I'm pretty familiar with that legend myself. Those so-called mermaids that were caught at Betsuho were definitely not the kind that could make anyone immortal. Oh, is that so? But if you ask me, Sato couldn't have become immortal by eating mermaid flesh without the use of a relic called the Tamatebako. Now, does that ring any bells? Huh? Wait, mermaid flesh and the Tamatebako? Have you remembered something? Yes, that's it! It was one of the Heike! New info! A man wearing a suit of armor. We were on a boat. He had the Tamatebako and there was mermaid flesh inside it. He wanted me to eat some of it. A warrior in armor, could it be? So it sounds like you had ties to the Heike as well. And this man, he was the one who made you eat the mermaid flesh? Yes, I remember now. What was his name? Do you remember that too? I think it was Tomo something. Tomoshige? That's it! The man's name was Taira no Tomoshige. Taira no Tomoshige? That was the name of one of Taira no Yorimori's sons. And Yorimori himself was the son of Tadamori's official wife. So you're telling me that Tadamori's grandson forced Sato to eat mermaid flesh? What do we know about this Taira no Tomoshige anyway? Not much, aside from the part that he was in the clan's main lineage. History has not seen it fit to record his deeds, whatever they may have been. Well, he may not have been the one of the famous clan warriors, but to think you actually knew one of the Heike and is the guy in the curse. Help! You mentioned that you were in a boat. Do you recall anything else? I think we were being chased. I do not wonder at that. At the end of the Heian period, the Heike were being pursued by the full might of Genji's forces. I was struck by an arrow and I fell into the sea and drowned. But by that time, I'd already become immortal. Later, I must have resurrected and washed up somewhere along the coast, and I guess that's how I escaped. What about Tomoshige? Did he eat some of the mermaid flesh too? I'm not sure. I don't remember that part. I don't think I encountered him again after that. If you'll remember, ma'am, that curse echo I witnessed earlier held the famed blade, Nukemaru. Perhaps Tomoshige inherited the blade from Yorimori and wielded it with the intent to avenge his clan. After all, future generations would surely have held a memorial service for a warrior of renown like Yorimori, setting his spirit to rest. Tomoshige, on the other hand, is unlikely to have received the same treatment. If so, his hatred may have persisted long after his death, creating the curse of the Heike. It is a distinct possibility. I agree! This curse sounds terrifying. Same! Because I don't know how the hell it triggers. I have to say, I wasn't expecting a connection here. You know, Sato, it's starting to sound like you've gotten involved in all the incidents that have gone down in these parts over the centuries. She has, actually. Not by choice. Even the fall of Taishima. Anyway, I get this feeling that Taira no Tomoshige wasn't a very nice guy. And this curse of his sounds even nastier. Could it really still be active after all this time? Certainly looks that way. The Heike's resentment is awfully persistent, I hear. You don't think he could have held a grudge against me, do you? Who knows? That would depend on your relationship with him back then. Oh man. However, it appears that someone is actively wielding the curse of the Heike at present. Therefore, targets of the curse would be decided by this individual, whoever they may be. Another unknown, huh? Files updated. Curse of Tomoshige. Curse born of Tomoshige's feelings of malice and resentment that lingered after the fall of the Taira clan. It kills an individual who meets the conditions by cleaving them in two. I need to know these conditions. They're killing me for real. 1, 2, 3. Dude, I'm only missing 3 files now, but definitely some of them will get updated later on. Wait, the fact that my profiles are complete though, does that not mean that whoever is wielding the curse of the Heike is already on this list of people? Except I have no idea who it is. But like... Wait, that's awful though? Okay. Curse of the Heike. Figuring out the origin of the curse is all well and good, but it doesn't help us solve the case. We need to track down the person who's actually using it, or it'll keep happening. Indeed. I hope you find him soon. I hope you find him now! Oh, there's something else I'd like to ask you. Be my guest. How exactly do you deal with 800-year immortals? Are you sure you want to know? Huh? Since it's not going to happen to you, there's no reason for you to think about it. I thought it would be something like taking away their immortality. Unfortunately, that's downright impossible. Because your original body is long gone, you know? But then, what else can you do? You tell her, Soto. Must I always be the one to handle these unpleasant topics? Besides, I see no point in explaining something she's already painfully familiar with. What do you mean? I guess they tie you up and kill you over and over again, or put you at the bottom of the sea? Among the arts we psychics wield is a spell that can place even an immortal in a state of apparent death. Oh, being... That thing where she was just under the water but just kind of conscious through those 400 years. Once that is done, they can simply be sealed in an underground vault for the rest of their days. Wait, you mean it's the same thing that's happened to me? Essentially, yes. Except in your case, it was for the purpose of making you a sacrifice. The immortal expert, 25 years old. True! And you woke up before your lifespan came to an end. Yikes. Mind you, neither I nor Soto has actually done this to anyone. I was like, warning, we didn't do this. I'm just saying that's the protocol. Though I did hear a rumor that someone was dealt with that way a few decades back. It's like, mind you, we're innocent. Of course, there have been 800-year immortals who sought ways to become mortal again in the past. But they all failed. Even if they managed to track down the mermaid who gave them their immortality, it was no good. That's why more than a few immortals have ended up living out their long lives in religious seclusion. No, I guess if they're in religious seclusion, they won't be bothered. That makes sense. But that's really sad. Speaking of immortals, there's something else I had to ask you. Yes? Now, I'm not certain about this, but I get the feeling that there's another 800-year immortal on Kamishima right now. What? Any idea who it might be? No, I got no idea! Let me just look at my profiles real quick. We could be immortal. Yeah, I like that song actually. It's very fun. Yo guys, I've got no fucking clue. It's like one of these people is wielding the curse of the Heike, and one of these people is another 800-year immortal. Who do you think it is? No clue. What if it's Yuza? Watch Yuza just fucking come back. But Yuza aged, right? He was... Unless... This one, just picking out someone randomly. Guys, hear me out. Yuza is quote-unquote dead right now, and he's one of the guys with a main POV. What if it's him? Though it's weird because the accident happened 5 years ago and he was smaller, and he's clearly grown up a bit from then, so I have no idea. Are you sure about that? Because if there is another immortal here, I'll find him eventually, you know? Even if I have to scar the entire island from end to end. Does that change your answer? No, I really don't know who it could be. Alright, if you say so. And I guess that means I'll have to search for the island after all. As if I didn't have enough to deal with. Well, I know it's not Tsukasa or Mr. Wakamura, because they came face to face with him, and if it was him or her, they would know. Well, I'd say that covers everything. We've talked your ear off long enough. Must be confusing, all this talk of the past. We'll not trouble you further. Right, thank you. Wait, but if Yuza wasn't immortal, wouldn't he have just come back to life already? He's still dead, right? Damn! Still, give it a bit of time and something else might come back to you. If it does, please let us know. We'll be visiting the island again real soon, so you should have a chance. Will do. I'll be going then. We're screwed though if the other immortal is the person wielding the curse of the Heike. So, now what? She's given us much to ponder. To think we'd encounter a living witness. I'd never have dreamt it possible. Sure, it was fascinating, but I can't say it did us much good as far as our investigation's concerned. Besides, she's still hiding something, that one. You think so, ma'am? I do in fact bet on it. She might even be up to something. But our primary objective here is to lift the curse of the raging waves. We don't need to start digging into anything else without good reason. On that note, do you really intend to search for this island for another 800-year immortal? Yeah, figure might as well look into that too while we're here. Understood. I really want to know, so I hope that you guys can look into it with me here so we can see... Storyteller jump scare! My apologies for the interruption, but there is another important matter I wish to discuss with you. How about we stall for another decade or so? Should give us some clues. I don't think we have that kind of time. Now then, I believe you've just been privy to quite the interesting development. As Yumiko Shiki would tell it, Sato Shiranami is not the only 800-year immortal here on Kamishima. And I would pose you a question. There is indeed one more individual on Kamishima who has made a miraculous return from the dead. You have borne witness to the death and revival of this individual a total of 3 times. With this in mind, let me ask, who is it? Is it Yuza? Okay. Someone who's died and come back 3 times, right? I'm thinking Yuza because 1, he's the only one who survived 5 years ago the Southern Sea disaster. That's 1 death. Possible. 1 possible death. 2, another possible death is that we saw him die at the start of the game. And then a 3rd possible death is we literally just saw him die again for the exact same reason. So I'm going to lock in Yuza as my answer. Am I right? What do you think, Storyteller? Am I fucking wrong or... I'm right! Yeah! It's Yuza! Wait, how though? To think you got it in one go! You're quite the observant one. Every time Yuza ran out of oxygen while diving, he suffocated to death in the ocean depths. However, following his demise, he had returned to life and was able to continue where he had left off. You explained it yourself. Wait! He wasn't even counting what I counted! He counted how many times I died underwater! Dude, it coincided! The number of times I died underwater coincided with the number of times he died in story. That's why I got it. If he said any other number, bro. I explained his death in story. Bro was talking about his death while I was diving, dude. I gotta screenshot this. He's so right. It would normally be highly unusual for someone to reach a diver rank of 99 on their first outing. Dang, yeah, we were on that grind. Such a feat would be indeed difficult unless one was unburdened by the fear of failure or the fear of death. Bro, he was metagaming? I thought that was just an option for the player. If it was this knowledge of his own immortality that led him to display such an uncanny degree of confidence. So Yuza's not dead on the top then. As you may have suspected, Yuza Minakuchi became an 800-year immortal 5 years ago when he was saved by a 5 years ago. In truth, help arrived too late that fateful day. It became the first time he lost his life. I wonder what light this new information will cast on events going forward. That just means he's not dead! Yo! With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. Dude, he was dead-ass counting the number of times I drowned, though. So your ass is alive?! And he's aware of it. The fact that he said that he's aware that he wasn't gonna die. That's a bit scary. Tragedy of Kamishima. Mysterious deaths continue to occur amongst the island's residents. It is not long before the same tragedy befalls Yuza. Quote-unquote befalls Yuza because this guy's immortal. Azami and the others are left helpless and overwhelmed by grief. It's okay, he'll revive. He still has res. August. Oh, did they leave his body? So, wait. Did they leave his body? If they left his body, they won't know if he revives. And then he can go under because everyone will think he's dead. Damn it, what the hell's going on? What the fuck happened to you, Yuza? We all need a mermaid in our life. Or someone with enough mana for res, I guess. True. How could you just die like that out of nowhere? Don't worry, it's not the first time. You managed to live through the disaster 5 years ago just to die like this? And still the whole island turned on you, blamed your mom for everything. Low-key, I feel really bad for Azami right now. Cause he's genuinely grieving. And Yuza's gonna fucking come back like nothing happened. I feel genuinely bad for him. He'll outlive us all. Probably, yeah. They rejected you and you said you wanted to become an ama diver. What the hell did you ever do to deserve that? But you never once complained. You just kept going like it was nothing. You did everything right. Someone like you deserves so much better. You deserve to be happy, damn it. I would have done anything to make that happen. Yeah, I couldn't do a damn thing. I'm sorry. I'm so damn sorry, Yuza. This shouldn't have been the way for you to go. How could the gods think this is fair? How? Hey, Tsukasa. Sorry, I know this is a terrible time. But there's something important I have to tell you. Yeah, go ahead. Yo, I have no idea how Yuza's making this comeback, dude. Is he actually... was that part of his plan or something? Because every other person hit by the Heike was a girl. There aren't many people around here, so it's nothing like the chaos in town. It's quiet here. It almost feels like that whole nightmare earlier was just a dream. If only that were true. I guess there's no mockingbirds here? Doesn't seem like it. Azami. I should leave him be for now. Are you sure? I don't like where he's standing in comparison to the rest of us. Like, if he was sitting here and crying, I'd feel a little bit more comfortable. But, okay. I hope he doesn't do anything rash. Compared to how shaken Azami is, Tsukasa seems rather calm given the situation. She's probably wondering why I'm staying so composed right now, too. I don't think Tsukasa's the assassin, but I should make sure. Bro, if she is, I'm gonna cry, dude. Try to stay calm and listen, okay? I spoke to Mr. Wakamura earlier. Apparently, this Unkaku Dono person might actually be your father. Huh? Wait, what? Wait, are you serious? You're saying my pa, Yamashina, is Unkaku Dono? That's what he said. I'm not sure if it's true or not. But Mr. Wakamura has already made up his mind. He's convinced that makes you the assassin. If he finds you, who knows what he'll do. Huh? That's crazy talk! Me? An assassin? Come on, that makes no sense. That's what an assassin would tell me. I know, I don't believe it either. But that's why we need to find the real assassin as soon as possible. Yeah, but... easier said than done. Sato, Tsuyu's gone, and so is Yuza. Yeah, I never thought it would come to this. I'm scared. What are we supposed to do now? I didn't manage to find any more about the curse of the raging waves, but right now we have to find the assassin. Earlier, down by the bay, I saw the curse shadow again, as well as someone running away. Wait, the shadow! Sorry, I need to check something curse-related real quick. The curse? Oh, right, earlier why are you acting like that? What is it? Are you trying to remember something? Can't wait for her to slowly take off her glasses and grin like crazy. Yo, Loki! Why is she acting kind of really sus right now? I know I can check with the hand mirror to make sure the shadow isn't nearby. Yo, I'm just scared for you, bro. Okay? I'm just scared for you. More than myself. He is in like a really bad position for himself and if the assassin is nearby. I'm gonna see it, aren't I? I'm gonna see this shit. I'm gonna see it like behind Tsukasa or something. Hey, Tsukasa. Wait, this is kind of hard. Don't see anything out of the ordinary here. No. Wait, can I get him on the... Ah! What the... Why is she yelling? Ah, damn it, what was it? I can't remember. Whoa, don't scare me like that. Tsukasa, what's the matter? I guess the shocks made me forget. Right before it happened, Yuza realized something important, but I'm blanking on it right now. Are you genuinely saying this, or are you just saying this because I was about to find something with a mirror? Huh? Something important? Yeah, Yuza said he figured out a condition that a curse needed to affect someone. I swear he said something about people being marked by something, but I can't really remember. He was just about to say who the culprit was too, then, well, that happened to him. Marked? I can't remember. Just thinking about that moment's making me sick. It's okay. Don't force yourself to remember. It won't, but I still do remember one thing he said. He thought the curse could only target women from the island, but now he was targeted. Oh, hold on a second. I think I see where he's getting at. Sato, did you figure something out? Could it be... What could the curse be using as a marker? The hand mirror? Wait, does it work if I just type this? Hand mirror? Because I think Yuza had one. A hand mirror? That's it! The Kamishimaru hand mirror! It's gotta be that! I knew it. Yeah, Yuza took that mirror out of his pocket right before it happened. He lifted it up about to his neck and then his head was chopped off. I heard when I was attacked, I had the hand mirror in my jacket pocket too. Jacket pocket. That's gotta be it! Didn't they say those hand mirrors were handed to everyone on the island? Whoa, Azami, are you feeling okay now? Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry you had to see me like that. It's time to defend the island. He had to lock the fuck in. I respect that. But we're this close to finding who did all of this. Then there's no time to be moping around. It's that chick. She was jealous of me being diver rank 99. It was... What's her name? I forgot her name. It's Kikuko. She gave me the mirror. Kikuko gave me the mirror. She's sus. No. First things first. If either of you still have that mirror, get rid of it now. Oh, good point. So, Sato, you figured it out, haven't you? The one behind this curse. The assassin who used the curse to kill so many. Why are you guys putting this on me? Is it really Kikuko? What happens if I say no? What happens if I say yes? What happens if I say no first? I saved anyway. No, sorry, I hadn't figured that much out yet. Huh? Oh, okay. They give you a hint. So it really is Kikuko. Yeah, that makes sense. So then... Oh, I can select them. I don't even have to type. I just picked the face. It's you. You gave it to Yuza. It has to be Kikuko, right? You saying she never actually died? Wait, you're saying Kikuko was killed too? Yeah, we saw her lying in a pool of blood by the jetty. Oh shit, you're right. I was just there earlier. But no one was there. Oh, what if it's just a pool of blood, but she wasn't... It's not actually her blood and she just got up and left. I remember seeing a large blood stain but no body. Really? I guess someone must have moved her? In all this chaos, who's got time to move a body with everybody panicking like this? And where would they even move her? There's so many dead, we barely have the time and the space to lay folks down and cover them up. That's true. Then maybe she never actually died. Managed to get up and walk off on her own? But if Kikuko's the assassin, why would she let herself get hit by the curses to throw you off? Then she'd say, see, I also got attacked. Or to go under the radar. Wait, if she managed to get up from the death? I mean, I doubt it, but maybe she's immortal like you, Sato? What? No way. Huh? What was that? Azami! Wait, what? So much for a secret. You said it so casually, but I could have sworn you just said Sato is immortal. It wasn't blood, someone just spilled Doc Pepper. Yeah. You know how it is when you drop a bottle of ketchup? Ah, well. It's kind of a long story, but yeah, that's basically what it boils down to. You couldn't tell that it wasn't ketchup because it was nighttime. It was too dark. Huh, so that's what happened earlier. That explains what everyone was talking about. Still, I don't think there are others like me out there, except Yuza. You think so? Is it really that rare? I don't have any frame of reference. I have another theory that's more likely. Azami, did you get a good look at Kikuko's wounds? I mean, not really. It's pretty dark out and we were kind of panicking. Wait, are you saying she wasn't actually hurt at all? That's what I'm saying! The most likely explanation is she got up after faking her death. Maybe she faked being a victim using fake blood or something to avoid suspicion. So she waited for others to see her, then just slipped away in the confusion? Oh, guess the cat's out of the bag. There she is. Huh? Kikuko, you're really still alive? Yep, hate to break it to you, but I ain't immortal or anything fancy like that. Just fake blood is all. I was hiding up by the lighthouse and I heard you all talking, so I figured I may as well come out. It was Doc Pepper, Yubi! Oh my god, she looks terrifying right now though. Too bad you all figured it out. There's really no turning back for me now. Sato, I was told to bring you in, even if it means killing every last person on the island. It's the shadow! Doesn't matter, we've already tossed those damn mirrors. The curse can't touch us now. Oh, I'm scared because I don't actually know the real condition. What if that's not true? What if even if we threw away the hand mirror, it's just not true? Just so you know, I've got your friend Tsukasa Awao marked even now. You're the one person I cannot forgive. Huh? I am? How? The cursed target wasn't just tied to the hand mirrors? She's just bluffing. Sato, get behind me. I'm not gonna let her take you out. It's pointless. Disobey me and Tsukasa will be the first to die. There's no choice. We don't know what the curse does. But what if I wait long enough and another choice appears? Let me save. That happened before. But I don't think anything will trigger because I don't know what the curse does. Yeah, nothing is triggering. I'll just have to surrender. No, I surrender. I'll go with you quietly. What? Sato, what are you saying? Now it's not the time to be joking. I know. I've made up my mind. I can't let anyone else get killed because of me. There's no resisting this curse. It's too strong. Sato, no! Good, smart choice. Otherwise, everyone on the island would have perished. Kikuko, why are you doing this? You grew up here too. Does this place mean nothing to you? I guess I have some feelings for this place. But if I didn't sever those ties, my world would never change. What the hell are you talking about? He's the only one who ever sparked a change in my miserable excuse for a life. Now he'll finally acknowledge me. I'll become who I was meant to be. That's your reason for all of this? I don't know if they're curses or stands. It looks like a stand with it being behind her right now, yeah. This island never cared about people. Always just blamed everything on curses. Surely you all understand wanting to destroy this shithole. I just took up the reins. Someone needed to break the cycle. And now I can finally start living my own life, free from all that bullshit. Anyway, we need to get moving. There's a boat waiting out back. If you follow us, I'll kill Tsukasa. Do yourselves a favor and stay right there, okay? Thank you, both of you. Please, don't try to follow. It's too dangerous. God damn it! No, Sato! Don't worry, Yuza will save us all. Somehow, I don't know. This is a boat date? Damn! Unfortunately. I can't have people that know my identity just walking away. Especially not you, Tsukasa. No! What is the fucking condition for her curse? Tsukasa, no! Shit's gonna like... Oh my god. The following day, the bodies of Azami Kumoy and Tsukasa Awao were found beneath the lighthouse, collapsed together in a lifeless heap. Azami, who'd been helping search for the curse's mark, tried to take Tsukasa's place, but ended up caught in the curse instead. But the tragedy that struck Hamishima didn't end there. Right after the assassin left Kamishima with Sato Shiranami, a new calamity followed. Yo, it's gonna be like the Curse of the Raging Waves hit and sunk the entire fucking island. Normal ending, credits playing. Bad ending, bad ending. A violent storm born of the Curse of the Raging Waves erupted in the seas around the island. And as expected, the curse could not be sealed away by the bronze mirror alone. Ferocious winds and towering waves pounded the island for 3 days and nights, leaving devastation in their wake. Oh, I like how they came in with a traditional painting style. Most islanders who had tried to flee the tragedy by boat that night were lost to the storm and remain missing to this day. Among them was the assassin behind the incident. Ah, fuck you, Kikuko! You still died! And Sato Shiranami, who went along with her. She was never to be seen again. Sato was gonna die in 2 days. It's not... It's sad, but it's not a big deal. Ending number 1, Tragedy of Kamishima! Yeah, that's our first ending. Oh my god, I was right! The credits were gonna roll! I was right! The credits were gonna roll! I low-key thought it wasn't. I thought it was just gonna be like bad end and then it would go back. But no, credits roll, guys. Everybody died. Ha, Kikuko, for all your attempts, you still died. You beat the game. Wow, I beat the game, guys. Thanks for joining. No, wait. How do you even get a different ending from here? Everybody died. Nice. Whoa. Maybe if I can get a different option, storyteller, talk to me. With skill. You have my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. And so, the affair surrounding Kamishima has reached one of its possible conclusions. Sadly, it seems that neither Yuza Minakuchi nor Sato Shiranami were able to achieve their goals. To avoid arriving at this particular outcome, please continue progressing through the story chart. After all, you came here for that very purpose, did you not? Oh my, are you perhaps still unsure of who you are? Don't worry, I'm confident you'll remember in time. You're just missing a few key pieces. Not this who are you shit again. As you travel along the story chart and shape what happens, perhaps you'll remember your part in this. Be sure to think on it as you move forward. Well then, I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. Farewell for now. Show me the story chart. Speak to me. Oh, well, that's speaking to me. That's speaking to me for sure. Wait, I'm pressing the wrong button. Accepted fate. Wait, this is if you die. Yeah, this is if you die. This is vision of the future. Oh. There's something he must do out sea before he goes back. Let's do accepted fate first, because I feel like that might not go anywhere, because everybody's dead in that timeline. Several days after the night of the tragedy, Yuza is lost in his thoughts, alone in the beach. I think the other route might be more focused on actually surviving this tragedy. So let's do this first. It's been 1 week since the night Kamishima was struck by a tragic storm of mysterious attacks. All in all, it resulted in 16 casualties, 7 missing, and 20 buildings totally or partially destroyed. A horrific calamity that caused a huge stir when news broke out about what happened. The culprit responsible for the massacre is still unknown, and the investigation is ongoing. Wait, so not everybody died. I went diving this morning for the first time since that day. No one's taking their boats out right now, so it was just a short dive from the shore. Yo, Yuza, talk to me. Whoa! It's them. I sometimes wonder about the plans we all made to have fun here. I wonder how things could have gone if they didn't turn out the way they did. I guess there's no point in thinking about that now, though. Dude, it's them. Oh wow, that's a lot of thoughts, actually. Sorry, I'm not gonna talk to you guys first. I'm gonna think. Culprit behind the massacre. We still don't know who the culprit behind the massacre, the so-called assassin, was. The investigation is still proceeding under the assumption it was one of the people who went missing that night. But it seems like it's not making much progress. Among other things, they're having to conduct it behind closed doors so words don't get out that it was caused by a curse. Many people tried to escape the island by sea that night, but most of them ended up getting caught in the storm and going missing. Could the culprit behind the massacre have been among them? Yes. Curse of the Raging Waves. The same night as the attack on Kamishima... Ooh, he's flashbacking. A massive storm caused by the Curse of the Raging Waves broke out in the sea to the south of the island. It seems that the bronze mirror my mom left wasn't enough to hold the curse back by itself after all. Many of those who attempted to flee the island by boat were caught in the storm and are still missing. The storm descended on Kamishima soon afterwards, and the island was swept by harsh winds and lashing rain for 3 days straight. No one was able to leave their homes, and it caused blackouts and landslides across the island. Several buildings were also completely destroyed. Everyone was made painfully aware of just how fearsome the Curse of the Raging Waves is. Combined with the horror of the massacre, the entire ordeal has left a deep scar on those who remain. There is an eerie rumbling coming from the sea, and no one knows when another storm might strike again. Everyone here is still on edge to take their boats out to fish, and the ferry service to the island is currently suspended as well. Naturally, no one paid me any mind when I headed out to dive today. The pair from Tokyo had apparently come out to Kamishima to try and find a way to dispel the Curse of the Raging Waves. They were extremely regretful about failing to stop the storm and went around apologizing to people in its wake. Seems they're still planning to find a solution though and have asked for my cooperation. I guess that's Avi and Circe. Pleasant state of Kamishima. The storm struck before we could even mourn those who were killed, and the town left the town in tatters. Or that could be Yumiko behind me. Ah, okay. Things barely function here right now. Everyone's somehow managing to get by on the aid we're receiving, but it's apparently gonna take years to fully rebuild. Some people fled Kamishima the moment they could, citing what happened as proof of some sort of divine punishment. But most who stayed are already trying to put the tragedy behind them and look to the future. They managed to get back on their feet 5 years ago, so I'm sure they'll be fine this time too. Okay, 5 years ago was a bit of a smaller catastrophe than this. Although they've been bombarded with accusations and demands for them to take responsibility, the Wakamuras have been busy doing what they can. Following the news reports on the calamity, there was an uptick in unsavory rumors that Kamishima is cursed in some way. But perhaps because of the current occult craze, a bunch of people have expressed interest in visiting once all the restoration work's complete. The mail order service for souvenirs that was set up to help fund recovery efforts has been flooded with orders. I don't have much to show for my dives today. My catch has been pretty pitiful to say the least. It looks like I really am hopeless without Azami. No, Azami and Tsukasa. Azami and Tsukasa's bodies were found in front of the lighthouse. There's no way of knowing what happened to them now, but I'm told Azami was found collapsed on top of Tsukasa, as though he tried to protect her to the very end. Aww, no. I need an ending. I hope the true ending means that they don't die, because that's too sad. I wouldn't have expected anything less from him. Sato. Unable to bear the tragedy that had befallen Kamishima, Sato Shiranami apparently gave herself over to the assassin and left the island with them. I don't know if whoever sent the assassin got what they wanted in the end, and I'm probably never coming back. But either way, they took away any chance of my seeing her again with them. What's that? A recollection of Sato. Yuza Minakuchi, you leave. Oh. I doubt I'll ever meet her again. Damn. Okay. Well, now that I'm done thinking, wait, I didn't even look at the guys behind me. After all that happened, I'm once again the only one left alive. Well, I don't know if alive is the right word. But I did get my head cut off by the curse after all. But to be honest, I don't have it in me to care anymore. I couldn't fulfill what I set out to do despite swearing I'd see it through. I have nothing left. It seems my fate is in the hands of that pair from Tokyo now. I don't know what they have planned for me, but whatever it is, I intend to accept it. Wait, what if we keep going down this rat, though? Thank you, everyone, for everything. Aw. Goodbye. Aw, Yuza. I guess they're gonna do what he did to him when, yeah. Reach Yuza Minakuchi's bad ending. Oh. Oh, and that recollection is way before anything else. Okay, I was right, that wasn't gonna go anywhere. Alright, let's see. You leave. Approximately 1 month ago, having just returned home to Kamishima, Yuza Minakuchi goes out to the roof of Kantekisho ruins for some time alone. Only to find Sato Shiranami there. Bad ending, huh? Yeah. Well, to be fair, everyone died in that ending. Yeah, all of his friends. Alright, let's see it. What did you talk to her about? It seems to be one-on-one. Is this immortal vibes? They did say immortals can tell each other apart, right? Huh? There's someone already here? How unusual. Whoa, you scared me. Darn, didn't think anyone else would come here. Oh, I take it I'm not welcome? I didn't think there'd be anyone else up here, so that makes 2 of us. So who are you? I'm Yuza Minakuchi. I recently moved back to Kamishima. Ah. So you're that old friend of Tsukasa's, was it? Yep, I don't think we've spoken before. You're Sato Shiranami, right? Mr. Wakamura's relative? Nice to meet you. Wait, how do you know who I am? That's kind of creepy. You're pretty much the talk of the town. I'm sure almost everyone here knows who you are. Is that so? I'd rather not stand out. It's a small island. Word spreads quick about who comes and goes. Sorry, but could you leave me be? I don't feel like talking to anyone. I see. Well, I just came here to enjoy the view alone. I'll just be over there looking at the sea, so I won't be a bother. That work for you? Fine. Hey, wait, this might be a mockingbird location. Nah? That's not a mockingbird. Okay. You can see all the way from Isebe out toward the Enshu Sea from here. It's a great view. But that doesn't mean I want to share it with anyone. Thankfully, most of the islanders don't come up here often, so I sometimes come here to unwind. There are lots of reefs in the area and the tide is strong, so it can make for tough sailing. But from here, it looks as tranquil as can be. Aww. It's a rest spot. They built a rest spot for any tourists who come up here, but it doesn't see much use. It's like, I'm not gonna bother you. Or am I? Sato Shiranami. I hear she's a relative of Mr. Wakamura's who'll be staying with him for a while. But apparently, no one's ever heard of her, so the island's rumor mill's been working overtime ever since she arrived. Things have calmed down a bit now, but when she first showed up, she knew so little about how things worked that the gossip was she was some sort of sheltered princess. That or she'd been raised by animals. Even now, she spends most of her time cooped up at the Wakamuras, so the mystery has only grown. I guess it doesn't really matter though. If she really is a relative of Mr. Wakamura's, I wonder what she's doing here. She's just 17. She's 17 just like Tsukasa, but it doesn't seem like she goes to school. I guess it doesn't really matter though. Now that I have a better look at her, she's really tall. Maybe even taller than Azami, and he's 173 centimeters. She said she doesn't want to stand out, but that's gonna be tough with that height. I'd rather not stand that close to her, to be honest. You look small, that's why. She's been staring at the southern sea this whole time. Could it be she sees something out there? Dude, I just keep pressing her. I said I wouldn't bother her, so I should stop There, I got her already. Okay, now it's a check mark, so I guess I can think. Coming here always helps clear my head. How's this game so far? Really fun! We finally got, we got our first bad ending, and now it seems that we have unlocked more story to maybe try and avoid that bad ending. How we're going to do that? I'm not yet 100% sure, but hopefully it'll work out. What's the initial impressions? It's awesome. It really isn't that scary. Like, I'd say when I played the first game, I remember being like super scared and super nervous, especially when I'm looking around. So I'm not actually scared at all to look around or do anything now, even if like they have the darker scenes happening. So they really did tone down the horror, but it's really nice. Like the way they wrote it, the mystery is really fun to unravel. And I like how everything ties together, even with like local legends and folklore. Coming here always helps clear my head. Now then, I'm back here after quitting work after just 3 months. I went to a boarding school on the mainland for high school, so it's been about 3.5 years since I actually lived on Kamishima. Kinda missed the scares, understandable. It added a bit more thrill, huh? Nothing's changed, so it's almost as if time itself has stopped here. You could say that's one of the good things about living on an isolated island like this. But for me, that just means it's as uncomfortable as ever. Ever since the disaster 5 years ago, people here haven't exactly been subtle about avoiding me. Maybe it's as good a time as any to start seriously looking into my mom. The processing plant I worked at wasn't a bad place or anything, but working there didn't feel that fulfilling either. I just happened to come across it when I was looking for a job. I've never really been sure about what I want to do with my life. Azami's always had a clear goal of becoming a fisherman. To be honest, I've been a bit jealous of that. After losing my parents in the disaster 5 years ago, people not only began to avoid me, they avoided talking about my mom as well. At some point, I honestly began to wonder if there was much point to me being alive. I've only made it this far because of my gran and Azami. I could never forgive myself if I made the two of them sad. They're the only reason I'm still here drifting through life. Aw, not that there's much else I can do here. You played Little Nightmares, I don't think anything else was scary. That's not necessarily true. I think Little Nightmares was not the scariest thing I've ever played, I feel. Hello, Couch Potato. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wait, I can zoom out while I'm thinking? What the heck? I didn't know this. I've gotta find some work here soon so they don't worry about me. I've always been good at swimming, so I've actually been thinking of ama diving as an option. I haven't gone swimming since the disaster, but I wonder if Gran would be happy if I followed her footsteps and became an ama diver. Maybe I'll start looking into it in secret. Though I'd only be able to do it during diving season. I'd still have to find something else. Wait, I didn't know I could zoom in and out. What? Doesn't change that much in my POV, but yeah. Let's keep thinking. I originally came back here to take care of Gran after her injury. But her conditions improved a lot recently. She can walk around by herself now, and she's been handling the cleaning and laundry. Though I wouldn't be surprised if she said she was planning to go back to diving. Kamishima women sure are made of sterner stuff. But I'm still worried about her. You never know what could happen after all. It seems she's been watching a lot of TV recently. Perhaps it's because she's had to spend a lot of time at home. She seems a bit bummed that she doesn't have anyone to talk to about her show still. That's where Sato comes in. Azami was really happy to hear I was coming back to Kamishima. He even helped make sure my return would go as smoothly as possible. I can't thank him enough. He's a true friend. That's why we have to make sure Gran and Azami and Tsukasa don't die, bro. On top of that, he's hardworking and kind. It's easy to see why so many people here like him. But he's involved in a bunch of stuff around the island now, so he's much busier than he used to be. It goes without a saying, we can't mess around like we used to anymore. Tsukasa's also put some distance between herself and us since she started high school. I guess she's a bit more self-conscious about things now. I miss hanging out with her, but maybe this is just part of growing up. Still, it's no exaggeration to say it's all thanks to Azami that I'm able to live here like this. I won't do anything to let him down. Right then. Time to think of how to make my own way through life from now on. Sure, I have plenty of time, but I don't want to be a burden for any longer than I have to be. On the contrary, if there's some way for me to make a graceful exit and draw the curtains on it all, maybe that would be for the best. Damn. The same thoughts been lurking in my mind ever since that day. Aww. What's the point of living if I'm just gonna cause trouble for Gran and Azami? Aww. Damn. Rip Yuza. Wait. What do I do now? Ah! Sato jump scare! Why did she suddenly get close to me when I looked around? Dude! Wow, when did she get a more accurate response? That's also what I thought, bro. Made you jump, didn't I? Yeah, you did, I'm not gonna lie. Of course you did! Anyone would be startled by someone sneaking up on them like that. At least you admit it. You can consider that payback for before. Anyway, did you need something? Oh, right. I can't focus with someone else around after all, so I want you to leave. Huh? You leave? What am I doing? Fine, no, you leave. What if I say fine? No, what if I say no you? You're the one who should leave. It's fate, an immutable law of the universe that was decided tens of thousands of years ago. Oh really? I was here first though. Isn't it first come first serve also an immutable law of the universe? That's true. Okay, fine. I'll leave. Huh? You caved a lot faster than I expected. Still, I kind of feel bad for chasing you off like this. So you can have this Kameshimaru keychain I picked up over there as well. Oh, thanks. Pushing random stuff you picked up off the ground onto others now, huh? Still, I could have thrown away such a cute keychain. Ah, you didn't do anything wrong, but since you're offering... Thank you for the keychain. Oh wow, that's an achievement. Get the keychain. I'll be on my way as promised then. Sorry for the interruption. Sure. Huh? Huh? I see. So that's how it is, huh? Is something wrong? No, I was just thinking it must be pretty rough. Yep, pretty rough, alright. It's none of my business though. Bye! Oh, I guess she realized that he's immortal? Maybe? Cause she was like, whoa. And I remember that conversation with Yumiko saying that she's withholding something. How am I supposed to just walk away after you say cryptic stuff like that? But if no answers are forthcoming, I'll simply leave and be on my way. Later. She got you, bro. She knows. Oh, that's the end. Yo, I low-key thought that you guys were actually gonna talk about something. Nope. Nope, I'm good. Considering Yuza has 2 lines here. 2 lines. This is where he dies, and it goes to the bad ending. The fact that there's a way to branch out down here. There's an empty space. And everyone else has space to have a branch like that as well on all of their routes. That's probably how we get through this. I guess we could do one last. Vision of the future. Yuza heads out with Azami to go diving before he suddenly mentions something he must do. Before returning to the island, the pair must go to a certain location at sea. August 7 morning, Toba City, Mie Prefecture, Kamishima, Southern Sea. So... what's this important thing you have to do, Yuza? It sounds like it must be a pretty big deal. If they have children, they're gonna be immortal as well. I don't know if that's how that works. But also, Sato dies in a few days, so... It is, so I just hope you'll believe me. Listen and don't fly off the handle. What are you telling him? Yo, what are you doing? I'm trying to be, like... Please forgive the interruption. I have an important announcement to make. The moment you've been waiting for has arrived. Everything is ready for you to proceed. On August 7, upon returning to Kamishima after his dive, Yuza Minakuchi embarks on the fight of a lifetime. For unbeknownst to him, at this precise moment in time, A slew of predicaments would await him everywhere he turned. This is some really epic music though. As for this really important thing he has to do, that is of course preventing the tragedy of Kamishima from coming to pass. The advent of the 400-year-old Curse of the Raging Waves draws nearer to Kamishima with every passing moment. Even so, do try to remember that Yuza's true aims are to locate a mermaid and uncover the truth about his mother. Will Yuza Minakuchi succeed in overcoming these challenges and fulfilling his objective, you ask? That's entirely up to you, and the actions you choose from this moment forth. That concludes my announcement. I wish you good fortune. Bro really went like, you know, all your choices earlier, that didn't really matter. Now, though. What? You think Kikuko is plotting to work a curse that'll cause a massacre on the island? How the hell did you just know this? Yeah, you might find it hard to believe, but I'm sure about this. Bro was on to Kikuko from the... You're gonna have to give me a second to take this in. This is way heavier than I was expecting. I mean, a curse? I know I told you about the Tomokazuki and all, but... How did you even find out about this? Have you got any proof? Well... I saw the future with my own two eyes. Oh, he's treating it like a vision. But I'm afraid I don't have any proof that I can show you right now. You saw the future? You say if this is some kind of prank, you better cut it out right now. Seriously, this shit isn't funny. If you're just fooling around, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. You think it's easy for me to call someone I'm on friendly terms with a murderer? I couldn't say something like this unless I was dead certain. I need you to trust me on this, Izami, before it's too late. Oh man, you're not making this easy, Yuza. I mean, I can't. I mean... No, I understand. I won't ask you to believe me until I can present you with solid proof. Until then, I still need your help. I can't just sit back and let this happen. Okay, I won't try to stop you, but I'm not doing anything drastic till I'm sure we're doing the right thing. That's all I needed to hear. Thanks, Izami. But for real, what's gotten into you, Yuza? What do you mean? I know you're headstrong and all, but this is beyond what I'd expect from you. It's like you're a totally different person. Well... He is immortal, right? Come on, you're exaggerating. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been. Oh god. Bro just had the visions. Fuck! Why do we have to see her? Okay. Calm. We need to do something about her, right? Let's shove her into the ocean and kill her. Huh? What are you two doing here? And what's with the getup, Yuza? Don't tell me you've been diving. Kikuko, do you have a minute? I heard you were heading out to the northern shore to fish in the bay today, so I came out to find you. Where'd you hear that? I'd only decided this morning. I didn't even tell anyone. Oh, I just so happened to hear that this is gonna happen, right? Right. Hey, she's got a mockingbird on her boat. Let's go. 13 out of 20. I know I'm missing one from Chuo Street because I still forgot to go back for it, but I'll go back for it eventually. With Shotaro and Chuo Street, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna have to go back for it on my own time. You'll tell the truth be a joke. It's just a joke. Chill. Just a prank. Okay. Surroundings. We're on the northern side of Kamishima. Not many people come here to fish. Surroundings. Azami. I can tell Azami is trying to believe in me. That's a good start, at least. He's a good friend. Yuza, are you sure about this? Just so we're clear, I'm leaving the talking to you. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. No, I don't, but okay. Kikuko is looking at us suspiciously. I guess that's to be suspected. We are surprised they're here alone, after all. It's time! Azami body slam! Wait, she's a diver! She'll survive, right? We need a curse. No! Just keep escalating the matter. We need a curse. Go. Right, this is where it all begins. This is my chance. I have to find a way to change the future. I don't have any evidence, but I doubt I can just talk Kikuko out of this. You don't do something like that on a whim. Whatever her motives are, they must be powerful. Even if I somehow manage to get her curse stone, there's still the risk that whatever destructive impulse that has a hold of her will drive her to make the tragedy happen some other way. Change the future. Yeah. Change the world. My final message. That's why my best bet of containing the situation is to try and distract her. I'm going to change the future, one step at a time. There's no rush, after all, since we came here instead of heading back to the port, things are already different. Oh, what do I say? I'll say everything. Wait, no, my choices matter, right? Hand mirrors. You've been passing Kameshimaru hand mirrors to everyone, right? Yeah, I have. Sounds like someone keeps their ear to the ground. So how many have you given out? Who's got one already? I don't know. Haven't kept track or anything. But if I had to guess, I'd reckon it'd be about 20 or so. Wow, she's kind of right. Why though? You want one too? If so, I'll get one to you later. Oh, no thanks. Don't worry about it. Huh? Diving. So were you really off diving? You sure you should be doing that? If Chie finds out, she'll give you an earful, no doubt. Don't I know it? Seems everyone thinks I bring this island bad luck just by being here. Yuza. Well, sure, some folks might say that, but it's not like you've done anything to deserve that kind of talk. I don't see a problem with you becoming an ama diver myself. I appreciate that. Just today, plenty of folks told me not to go diving because a storm's on its way. But when they don't talk sense, I just ignore them, and so should you. I've been wondering. Are you unhappy here on the island, Kikuko? Huh? What makes you think that? I don't know. I just get the feeling that you're not planning to stay here as an ama diver forever. Bro's just going for it. Ha! You normally play the fool, but it turns out you're pretty sharp, Yuza. The truth is, I can't help thinking about the future. You can earn a decent living as an ama diver if you know what you're doing, but all these old rules and customs tend to get in the way. I've been trying to change them here and there, but it's no good. Everyone's too stubborn to listen. I see. No luck, huh? Mark my words, nothing's ever going to change around here. And just between you and me, as much as I love being surrounded by the nature on this island, the culture here just isn't for me. So that's how you feel. Honestly, I'm about ready to break ties with this place. Not that anyone else needs to know that. Don't go spreading it around now. Yeah, don't worry. I know you're literally about to break ties to this place. So Kikuko, when you left this island, you did some kind of office work, right? That's true and all, but why are you asking? I was, wondering if you might have preferred your life back then. I mean, you must have had more opportunities to meet people and go out on dates and all that. Stop right there. As if I don't hear enough of that as it is. What's it got to do with you anyway? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I was just wondering if you still kept in contact with anyone. Sure, a few people. Just a few. Would you say any of them had a big influence on you? Huh? Seriously, what's all this about? Oh, nothing really. I was just curious. Just curious. Listen, working for that company wasn't exactly a huge break in my career. All I did was pour tea and answer the phone. Huh. Diving. Frankly, I had no idea you were so interested in diving, Yuza. Suit yourself, they're pretty sweet little items if I do say so myself. Anyway, Yuza, did you really come out here just to chat? Something like that. But I've wasted enough of your time. But thanks for hearing me out. Come on, Azami, let's go. If you're sure. See you later, Kikuko. She's so sus of him right now. She's like, that shit was not natural. What was that? Afternoon. Right. I know we just got back. But there's no time to waste. We've got to track down and collect all the Kameshimaru mirrors Kikuko handed out as soon as possible. Huh? Why? If I'm right, those mirrors are actually the targets of the curse. No way, seriously? Oh man, all this curse business is a bit much. Look, given what people think of me, I'd have a hard time handling all of this on my own. I'm gonna need your help, Azami. I guess I'll try to convince everyone the mirrors are defective or something, but we better not let Kikuko find out what we're up to. Wait, but how did she mark Tsukasa without using the hand mirror? I want to believe you and I'd like nothing more than to help you out. But before I lift a finger, there's something I gotta know. Alright. You see, I've got a pretty good idea what made you change out of the blue like this. You do? When you were diving before and you came face to face with the Tomokazuki, something happened, didn't it? Yeah! That's true! That's what happened at the start of the game. You haven't been the same since then. Come to think of it, does this have anything to do with your search for a mermaid? You're right. I should have told you the full story to begin with. I've been in such a rush, I got ahead of myself. You're right. Something did happen to me. And I'll tell you all about it right now if you want to hear. I'm all ears. First of all, tracking down a mermaid is still my end goal. That hasn't changed. At least something's still the same. But what I'm trying to do right now started when I found out about the danger Kamishima is in. And I realized I had to do something to prevent it. Are you with me so far? Sure, if I knew the island was in danger, I'd want to protect it too. But how'd you find out about that anyway? Earlier, you said you saw our future. When did that happen? It was when I encountered the Tomokazuki. So the mermaid's the origin of all the hurt? No, the mermaid isn't, actually. The moment our hands touched, everything went dark and the future unfolded before me. Huh, so it was kind of like a vision from the Tomokazuki. A warning. That's exactly what it felt like. A stream of images filled my mind all at once, together with a rush of understanding. It's like they were imprinted into my memory. I don't know how it works. But I believe what I saw. I know what's going to happen on Kamishima if I don't do something to change it. So that's what started all this, huh? Yuza, did you know that there was a Tomokazuki there? Is that why you picked that spot to dive? No, it's like I told you. I was hoping to find a clue there. That's the spot where I encountered a mermaid once before. I never would have dreamed I'd end up seeing a vision of tragedy like that. For all I know, this might have nothing to do with mermaids at all. But now that I know about it, I can't just forget about it, can I? Of course not. And now that I know the full story, you can count on my help too. Thank you, Azami! So seeing as Kikuko is the culprit, I'm guessing we need to collect all those hand mirrors to save everyone? Yeah, but she's not the only threat. There's more to this. More? There's actually 2 calamities on the horizon for Kamishima today. 2? You've got to be kidding me! First is the massacre caused by Kikuko's curse. And the second is the curse of the raging waves, which has been brewing up a violent storm for the last 400 years. It's going to hit the island tonight. Huh? Now you've lost me again. I can't keep up. For starters, why is this happening on the same day? I don't know. I get the feeling it's just an unfortunate coincidence. And there would have been nothing we could do about it either. But since I've been forewarned, I have a chance to prevent it. I'll explain the rest on the way. There's no time to lose. We have to track down every last one of those mirrors. I want to know the exact cause of the Heike curse, though. Ooh! Oh, there's more popping up! I was right! So it will open... It'll open the bottom version. Wait, so his flashback about the last summer is like after everything. Okay. So now... Yumiko has another investigation, and Avi has something he's doing with Cersei too. This is curiously still blocked out. I wonder if it's because I didn't get... No, there's no way it's not it. I was like, I wonder if it's because I didn't get the Mockingbird, but there's no way it's because I didn't get the Mockingbird. Avengers Assemble. I feel like that is one of the strongest things that we can do. Because for one, we need Avi and Cersei because they're the ones who know how to break the curse of the raging waves. Also, spirit power from Cersei. We need Yumiko and Soto because they're also here to stop the Curse of the Raging Waves and also more spirit power. If we can collect everybody else to be with us on this night, because I'm pretty sure Yumiko and Abby, their gangs were not on the island at the time. If they're there, I feel like we have a better chance of stopping everything. Because Yuza and Sato might be immortals, but they got no spirit power. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We need the 2 guys with spirit power to be on the island with us. But I think that's it for today. I know we're getting into a nice momentum here. That's it for today. What I'm gonna do though off stream is I'm gonna grab that one mockingbird I missed. I think I missed it like here on Shadow. I think that's where it is. What's Abby gonna do right about— well, Abby's gonna bring Cersei, and hopefully Cersei's gonna do something. I think Cersei can do something about it, even if Abby himself maybe cannot. But hey, Avi's got a curse, right? He's got a curse stone. I don't know or don't think he would use it, but hey, it's something, right? It's better than nothing. Noi. Okay, well, we will raid Urukan Noi. Thank you very much for joining today's stream. I will see you guys tomorrow for Command and Conquer. We'll be finishing the first campaign with Kapen. Thank you, thank you. Bye-bye. Take care of yourselves. Have a nice day or night. Bye-bye.